Our film begins announcing its setting of Mount Aso in Kyushu, where there's a coal mine. Naturally, everyone fights for the chance to use the good shovel. Yoshizo and Goro are the ones going at it, and even when rebuked, Yoshizo fucks with Goro for no reason other than "I can," which starts it all up again. Important plot point, but we should get down into the mine. Now, rather than the elevator or whatever they call it that acts like an elevator, the miners here actually head down packed into a tiny train, which can deliver a lot more miners quickly, plus you get to charge them a quarter for each getting a ride. Whee! In the office, global warming terrifies me. Perhaps if we dig up more coal, we can stop it. I should mention that this copy I have has the subtitles burned in, so on the plus, easier for me to edit. On the minus, now you've got text all over everything. So a report comes in of flooding in the mine, despite there not being any water source there. There must have been some kind of fracture that's allowed it to seep in. So Shigeru rushes over to sort this thing out. He learns that the two that are missing down there are Yoshizo and Goro, who both seem to have gotten the idea for the other to accidentally drown. Of course. Oh, you mean for you? Hell no. They find Yoshizo face down in the water, the universal sign of "this is not safe." They get him to the hospital at the mine. Cause of death, a head wound made by something very sharp. As they turn it over to the cops, there's hysteria in the hall. Will he pull through? I mean, treating the corpse so it'll be ready for burial, but you can be optimistic if you want. Outside, Goro's sister Kyo is concerned that he might be a murderer, so Shigeru puts her mind at ease that he's probably innocent. But the fact that he is the only one unaccounted for does not look good. When the guards in the mine hear splashing, they assume that it's him, although there's this strange sound, kind of like if rubbing styrofoam could chitter. The second time they hear it, one of the guards is grabbed by something and slowly pulled under, soon followed by the guy in charge. The third one gets away, though. Like the old joke says, don't have to outrun the monster, just have to outrun you. Unfortunately, he catches him when he tries starting up the phone, but he can't place his call in time. Damn it. The idea of having a pizza delivered to the monster had been ingenious, too. The mutilated remains are brought up, and the doctor reports that no criminal is capable of performing murders this gruesome. It makes no sense. And I think we'd all agree if there's one name no one ever associates with bloodily beating someone to death with their fists, it's Goro. The only way that a person might do this is if they had a really sharp sword, which in a deep mine shaft could only mean one thing: dwarves. Those of you about to correct me and say dwarves have axes, these are Japanese dwarves. They clearly practice the way of the deep samurai. But some are convinced that this is Goro's work, and a mob of women have to stop one of the wives from going to Kyo's house and kicking her ass over this. Shigeru shows up to make clear that Goro wouldn't do this. Two of the victims were his friends. If only there was some sign of who the real culprit was. Any kind of clue would be of help right now. There, this paper wall should slow it down.